Subplots in television, we're going to analyze an entire episode of Seinfeld over the next 10 minutes. All our characters try to go buy soup from the soup Nazi, who is this character who doesn't simply give soup to everyone. You've got to follow his own rules, or it's nothing. B's story is about Elaine, who finds an armoire on the street and tries to get it to her flat. C's story is about George, who's sick of seeing Jerry and Sheila cuddle and call each other schmoopy. These three storylines are all set up in the first scene in a very short period of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up that first scene. I'm going to show you exactly where those storylines are being introduced.
All right, so what theater you want to go to tonight? We got 61st and 3rd or 84th and Broadway.
Which one you want to go to, Schmoopy?
You called me Schmoopy. You're Schmoopy.
You're Schmoopy.
You're Schmoopy.
You're Schmoopy.
All right, Schmoopies. What's it going to be? Pick a theater.
Interestingly, it is storyline C that's set up first. It's the Schmoopy storyline. Going to the next segment of this particular scene.
We'll go to 3rd Avenue. So can you come with us for lunch to the soup place?
No, you have a good lunch. I'll meet you back here for the movie.
Thanks.
Hey. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Sheila.
All right, then I'll see you later.
Bye, Schmoopy.
Bye, Schmoopy.
Okay. We ready to go?
Yes, please, let's go.
So we have a recap of the Schmoopy, but the soup place was mentioned as well. And we saw that glance between George and Elaine, which gave the Schmoopy idea a little bit more weight. So it's basically preparing the viewer that this will become a story.
I'm in the mood for a cheeseburger.
No, we gotta go to the soup place.
What soup place?
There's a soup stand. Kramer's been going there.
He's always raving. I finally got a chance to go there the other day, and I tell you this, you will be stunned.
Stunned by soup?
You can't eat this soup standing up, your knees buckle.
Huh? All right, let's go. Come on.
There's only one caveat. The guy who runs the place is a little temperamental, especially about the ordering procedure. He's secretly referred to as the soup Nazi.
Rising tension here. Now the soup place ID has gained priority. This is the storyline that's getting more and more screen time. And we're being prepared for that confrontation. We're being prepared for the scene in which we're going to see it happen. And then we go to that next scene where we recap the A storyline. And that's where the B storyline is going to be introduced as well.
No extraneous comments, no questions, no compliments.
Oh boy, I'm really scared.
Elaine!
Jerry, it's enough now about the soup Nazi. Whoa! Wow, look at this. You know what this is? This is an antique armoire. Wow.
Let's have a look at the overall overview of this first act. The first act of this episode runs for 7 minutes. We saw that the C story was being set up first. Then the A story where they're practicing the rules. Then we go to the B story where she finds an armoire. Back to the A story. And now we keep alternating between the A story and either the B or the C story. And the first act climaxes in Elaine trying to buy soup. That scene, it is the climactic scene. It's the biggest scene. It's the longest scene. If we were to analyze that scene in particular, you'd see that runs in 3 acts. Or it actually starts at Jerry's flat. It's in three parts. So it's clear that this A story is the most important story. It gets the most screen time. And there's a reason, because that will ultimately also lead to the climax of the show. Act 2, again 7 minutes. We open with the B story. This is about the armoire. Back to the A story, and we alternate B, C. And then something really interesting happens. After having 2 scenes about the A story, we're now going to climax the second act by bringing the 2 storylines, A and B, together. And that happens in a scene with Kramer and the soup Nazi. Newman is there as well at the beginning. He leaves, and then this happens.
My friend is awfully disappointed is all. She's very emotional.
Thank you.
All right, now listen to me. You have been a good friend. I have an armoire in my basement. If you want to pick it up, you're welcome to it. So, take it. It's yours.
How can I possibly thank you?
You are the only one who understands me.
And that is a twist. So end of Act 2, we have a twist where the A and B story are now intersecting, and that gives a very interesting complication and a very powerful complication that then will have another payoff in the third act. How do you keep track of all this? I've shown you that you could use Excel to keep track of your storylines and your character journeys, and this is exactly how Ray Frensham put it in his book. Interestingly, it looks kind of similar to what Dr. George Miller does with his story map. His story maps run the other way around. It has the scenes on the rows, and it has the characters in the columns. So here we have the characters in the rows, and then we have the story points vertically. When you're going to list an entire film, which I think you could do and you should do to keep track of it, it's probably going to be easier if you're oriented horizontally, or rather vertically. Otherwise, you have to scroll horizontally. I guess it's up to your own taste. But here you see, this is an example from Tootsie. These are the 5 subplots of Tootsie laid out in this grid. Now we're going to Act 3 from this episode of Seinfeld. 7 minutes again, opens with the C story. Then the combined A-B story. Back to C, A-B. And then there's a scene just about the armoire when Kramer and Jerry see the armoire guys, and then both Kramer and Jerry run. Now, this is probably the weakest scene. Why? Because the B story has already been escalated to a combined A and B story. So when you then go back to just B, it doesn't have the same power. Here is another twist. Jerry finds recipes in the drawer of this armoire, and Elaine starts brooding. Then we go to the C story again, and now we have the climax of the episode, in which Elaine goes to the soup Nazi for revenge.
5 cups chopped porcini mushrooms, half a cup of olive oil, 3 pounds celery.
That is my recipe for wild mushroom.
Yeah, that's right. I got 'em all. Cold cucumber, corn and crab chowder, mulligatawny.
Mulligatawny.
You're through, soup Nazi. Back it up. No more soup for you.
That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give us a like, or even better, subscribe to the channel. That means that each time we publish new free content here, you will be notified. Click that bell button and join the bunch. If you want to attend our masterclasses live and have the ability to ask questions, have a look at the information below the video, the text box there, and you may be able to enroll for our next series of masterclasses. We also have an online screenwriting course called Immersion that might interest you, and more details you can find at the same spot. I hope you enjoyed today's class, and I'm hoping to see you for the next one. See you then. Bye.